Good day. Welcome to Module 2. I'm Podcast Pete, Pete Kane, and a certified high performance coach. And I want to bring you the second module, Design Your Ideal Peer Group. Why are we showing the 4 human drivers? Because connection is number 2. And this is about building intentionally your peer group, making those valuable connections that give us life, that give us aliveness, that give us purpose, that keep us growing. And so we're going to define the kind of people you will elevate your purpose and goal. Okay, first, the traits of a high performance peer group. Okay, I'm going to put on the board so you can see that this will be available in the course. But this is 10 traits that you're going to focus on that'll help you elevate your peer group. What we mean by that is when you talk about being more worldly or surround yourself with more worldly people. Skilled, look to improve your skills. When you look at networking, look for people that are better networkers. You're going to take 10 of your value traits and you're going to have this in the course. So you're going to be able to rate as you're leveling up your peer group where somebody might be in that area, which allows you to start attracting the right people. Because we all have heard you are the sum of the 5 people you hang around the most. Now, you may be halfway around the world and not have the connections to people locally, but you can still do it online. You can still follow people that are strong in these areas that we're going to lay out for you. So don't think your geographic location will slow you down or limit your ability to level up your peer group. We're going to always talk about these. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Yes, I can. Okay. So you look at family is in your close inner circle. You look at close friends, coworkers, clients, and industry leaders. That's your circle of relationships. What I do that's been so beneficial is to make 5 meaningful conversations, have 5 meaningful conversations each day. Now, do I always get to it? No. Do I make that intentional intent? Yes. I may not talk to 5, but now I have 15, so I look to get those 5. It may be a voicemail. It may be a text. It may be a voice text, but it's still making the connections. So the traits of a high performance peer group is knowing what your peer group looks like. Family, family, friends, coworkers, clients, and industry leaders. Knowing that group helps you to intentionally always level up in these areas. Now, Brendon Bouchard has the power of positive expectancy. So if you expect to keep leveling up, you will. Because a lot of people, I don't know what the exact stats are, they get to the end of their life and they know 1 or 2 people, close friends. Now, that doesn't have to happen. And if you're at that point today, that's why leveling up your peer group will be so beneficial to you. Because if you don't intentionally do something, it doesn't automatically happen. So when you do the 5 meaningful conversations each day, even if you did 2, it's better than 0. So when you look at the human drivers, aliveness comes from connections, meaningful purpose, and personal growth. each one of these touches on leveling up your peer group. So, who, when you're talking to them, let's put this up on here. When you're talking to them, you want to say something like, who would they love to meet? What are they working on that they're excited about that you can help them with? Who can I introduce you to? You're asking the questions to deepen the connection, not how's the weather, although you can start off that way, but you want to eventually get to meaningful conversations. And if you have this framework, you're able to look at this and just glance at it and say what to ask for. If you're not familiar with this concept, you have to be awkward before you get better. Be awkward before you get better. If you're an introvert, you still have to communicate. Maybe you don't communicate like an extrovert, but you still communicate. And that aliveness comes from your peer group. And if your peer group is keep leveling up, your aliveness keeps growing. Your personal development keeps growing. Your meaningful purpose, because if you surround yourself with the right people, then and you're challenged to keep growing. And when you look at the 10 areas, and I could try to get it here, I got happiness, healthier, worldly, empowered, faithful, fulfilled, skilled, enriched, connected, and galvanized. So you look at those 10 areas, you're going to rate them from 1 to 10. And when you rate them, anything you measure gets results. Anything you measure will allow you to grow. If you don't measure something, how do you know you're getting any better? So measuring these 10 areas. So create your ideal peer profile. Like that profile is, who do you want to be? Where do you want to grow? What area do you want to grow? If you're not a good networker and you rate yourself a 2 and you want to grow in that area, then focus on talking to people and having meaningful conversations with people that are good in that area. If you want to improve a skill, let's just say the skill is online, being an online key person of influence, you would want to get a hold of Daniel Priestley. And if that's not possible, I've been doing it for 2 years, so get a hold of me and be able to reach out, because those conversations is what makes you different than the person that thinks about it but doesn't do it. So the last, the vision board, the 5 people you want to attract. You always have to have lofty goals. So if you put Brendon Bouchard, Daniel Priestley, Christopher Dew, Seth Godin, Patrick Bet-David, and you put those 5 as the people you want to attract, those people. You got to be better. You got to always raise yourself up, because you're not going to attract people that you don't become. It's like, you want to be homeless, hang around homeless people. You want to be around drug addicts. You want to be a druggie, hang around drug people that do drugs. You want to be an alcoholic, hang around people that drink a lot. Nothing wrong with any of those. But if you have too much influence in an area, it's going to wire you. And if you're wiring your brain, which you will do, you're going to be influenced by the people that you associate with. Whether you know it or not, you're being influenced every day. And if you want to positively level up your peer group and be to the point you have to intentionally practice the traits of a high performance peer group. Brendon's power of positive expectancy. Who would you love to meet? You're asking these questions. And finally, having those 10 areas and looking to improve in those areas. Draw your peer group and intentionally level up. I'm Pete Kane, certified high performance coach. And if you need more assistance, more help, you can reach out to us by joining us at pkane.me/SS, which is strategy session. We want to help you grow. We want to help you to live a brighter future and an abundant life. See you in module 3, where we're going to dive into expanding your intentional networking. Thank you. We'll see you. Be bold.